Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the LEGO Ideas Red Bull RB18, which is a 1:12 scale LEGO model that is on the official LEGO Ideas page. It has around 6,500 votes right now, and I think about a year left on voting. So this is going to be a brief overview. Let's get into it. As you can see here, it's like a decently large scale model. I think it's around the same size as the Lego Bugatti and the Lamborghini Sian and Ferrari Daytona. It kind of shares the same tires, I believe, which would put it at around the same size. However, the other ones are 1:8 scale, whereas this is 1:12 scale. So this is a bit more of a top-down view. It's kind of a large model. However, I think that's a very good feature because it allows them to really capture a lot of the details. For example, in the front here, you can see how they've really angled this front part and kind of shaped it to look a bit more streamlined rather than if you were building it at a smaller scale. They also have captured a bit of these suspension lines and everything going to each tire, and obviously this isn't to minifigure scale. Also in the back with this rear wing, they've it's a tube and they've really got that shape down. It looks very organic and natural, rather than if you're building it smaller it would be less natural because you have less brick options. So side view, you can see that is a very low model. Like, there's barely like a plate of clearance, which could be good, but if it has any suspension at all, it will probably just be sitting on the bottom. So it's a bit of criticism. Overall, I'd say it's a very streamlined design, very long car, but it works. So this is, you can also see again how low it is. It's like barely a plate off the ground. And you can also get a better view of this rear wing, in which it is just a giant hole. But you can see here that it has a bit of tilt to it with this pin, which means that you can obviously has some level of playability due to this. Not much to say about this angle. You can see how they use this large angled slope piece to kind of add that part behind the cockpit. Really like that. And they used parts in ways I probably wouldn't have thought of if I was going to build. I mean, I would probably never build a 1:12 scale F1 car, but I would not think of half the techniques they've used here. Top-down view. I mean, it's definitely a larger footprint, but I'd say it's good. Also, it looks like all these parts are printed rather than stickers, and hopefully if this does reach the 10,000 followers on the LEGO Ideas page, it is actually printed rather than stickers, because this is a large scale model and would probably run for around like $200, $300. I don't have a piece count, but it would probably be in that range. So yeah, hopefully these are printed parts if it's actually released. And this last just shows how it is, like, it does have some modularity and you can take it apart. So you can take apart this front wing piece, which, I don't know, maybe if you're transporting it, doesn't really serve that much function. But like, you can take this rear part off behind the cockpit, which allows you to see this tube going to the exhaust, and just gives you a bit more of that detail that a collector would be looking for in a set of this size. Also, you get this, which I forget what piece this is. I believe it might be a part that goes over the seat, which would add some realism to it, because that's how the actual F1 drivers have to get out of their cars. They have to lift basically their steering wheel pad out. So yeah, that's just a brief overview of the LEGO Red Bull RB18 1:12 scale. I suggest you do go and follow this project on Lego Ideas. I already have, but I'd love to see this hit 10K and be released as an actual set. I myself would buy it. I have other Lego cars I have the Bugatti and the Daytona, which adding this would be nice. Yeah, that's really it for the video. Brief overview. Maybe now you're caught up on what this is. Yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you again in another video.